The journey of life often feels like walking through a dense forest, where distractions, challenges, and self-imposed burdens obscure our path. Buddha's timeless wisdom, encapsulated in phrases like, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become," invites us to introspect and transform. Through the lens of 11 key lessons, we'll explore practical steps to declutter our mental and emotional space, shedding light on the path to inner peace and fulfillment. This guide will offer not only interpretations of these lessons, but also personal reflections and actionable insights to help you embrace these principles in daily life. Additionally, we will expand on how these teachings can be adapted to modern challenges, ensuring their relevance and applicability. Lesson 1. Letting go of explaining yourself to those who hurt you. Buddhist insight: you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. In relationships, the urge to explain ourselves to those who have caused us pain often stems from a desire for validation or closure. However, such attempts frequently lead to frustration and further emotional wounds. Letting go of this need doesn't mean suppressing feelings but redirecting energy towards self-healing and growth. The essence of this practice lies in recognizing that peace comes from within and is independent of external understanding. When we focus on explaining ourselves to others, particularly those who have hurt us, we inadvertently tie our emotional well-being to their reactions. This dependency creates a cycle of seeking validation where none may exist. True liberation lies in acknowledging our pain and addressing it internally, without the expectation of external resolution. In this way, our healing becomes an act of self-care and empowerment. Instead of directing energy outward to explain and justify, redirect it inward. Engage in practices such as meditation or reflective journaling to process emotions and foster understanding within yourself. Build a support system that prioritizes your growth and resilience, cultivating relationships with those who uplift and inspire rather than diminish your peace of mind. Expanding further, we find that this practice goes beyond relationships. The principle of not over-explaining can be applied to work environments and social settings, where miscommunication often arises. By practicing mindful communication, we create a space for others to observe our actions and intentions rather than relying solely on words. Silence, when used intentionally, can be one of the most powerful forms of expression, reflecting strength and self-assurance. Lesson 2. Avoiding oversharing about past relationships. Buddhist insight: speak only endearing speech, speech that is welcomed, and speech that brings no evil to others. When a relationship ends, the emotional aftermath can be turbulent. It is natural to want to share our experiences, yet oversharing often perpetuates negativity, harming both ourselves and others. Practicing discretion in our words not only preserves our dignity but also fosters a compassionate environment for healing. Every ending holds lessons, but the way we communicate about it determines the impact on our well-being and relationships. By refraining from unnecessary gossip or airing grievances, we respect the sanctity of what was shared in the relationship. This doesn't mean bottling up emotions, but rather expressing them in constructive ways, through therapy, creative outlets, or private reflection. Mindfulness in communication is key. Silence, often perceived as avoidance, can serve as a powerful act of self-preservation and growth. In the quiet space, we find the room to process, heal, and prepare for future connections built on mutual respect and understanding. Furthermore, this principle extends into digital interactions. Social media has become a common outlet for oversharing, often leading to public scrutiny or prolonged emotional distress. By exercising restraint and maintaining privacy, we not only safeguard our mental health, but also project a sense of integrity and respect for ourselves and others. Lesson 3. Abandoning unnecessary goals. Buddhist insight: the trouble is, you think you have time. Life is finite, and the pursuit of unnecessary goals often distracts us from what truly matters. Many of these goals are driven by societal expectations or fleeting desires, rather than a deep connection to our core values. Aligning our aspirations with our authentic selves is a transformative act that clears the path to fulfillment. Reflect on the goals that consume your energy. Are they aligned with your inner purpose? Or do they merely serve to impress others? Unnecessary goals often masquerade as essential tasks, but leave us feeling empty upon completion. They divert our attention from relationships, personal growth, and the simple joys of living. Embrace minimalism in your ambitions. This does not mean lowering standards, but rather prioritizing quality over quantity. Imagine your life as a garden. Every goal is a seed. Plant only those that will grow into trees bearing fruits of peace, joy, and purpose. Let go of the weeds, those goals that drain resources without yielding meaningful results. Expanding this concept further, consider the role of cultural influences. Societal pressures often dictate definitions of success that are narrow and materialistic. Breaking free from these expectations requires courage and introspection. Engage in exercises that redefine your metrics of success. Focus on growth, relationships, and contributions to the community rather than accolades or possessions. Lesson 4. Mastering anger and frustration. Buddhist insight: holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Anger, when unchecked, becomes a destructive force that harms not only others but ourselves most of all. Buddha's wisdom urges us to approach anger with mindfulness, transforming it into an opportunity for growth rather than conflict. Recognize anger as a natural emotion, but distinguish between feeling it and acting upon it impulsively. By pausing and observing your anger, you can identify its root cause. Often, anger arises from unmet expectations or perceived threats. Understanding these triggers allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Cultivate practices that promote emotional regulation, such as mindfulness meditation or breathing exercises. Develop an inner dialogue of compassion. Ask yourself, what is this anger teaching me? And how can I address this constructively? By mastering anger, you not only improve your relationships, but also create a calmer, more harmonious inner world. To delve deeper, consider the physiological effects of anger. Chronic anger can lead to stress-related illnesses, including heart disease and anxiety disorders. By addressing anger mindfully, you not only enhance emotional well-being, but also promote physical health. Integrating holistic practices such as yoga or Tai Chi can further aid in channeling anger into constructive energy. Lesson 5. Breaking free from comparisons. Buddhist insight: comparison with others breeds jealousy and insecurity. The act of comparing ourselves to others is a thief of joy. It shifts our focus from our unique journey to an external standard, often leaving us feeling inadequate. Buddhist teachings remind us to embrace our individuality and celebrate the distinct path each person walks. Comparison is rooted in scarcity, the belief that there is not enough success, happiness, or love to go around. By shifting to an abundance mindset, we recognize that others' achievements do not diminish our own potential. Celebrate others' successes as a testament to the limitless possibilities available to all. Redirect energy spent on comparison towards self-improvement. Set personal benchmarks that reflect your values and aspirations, not societal expectations. Remember, the journey of life is not a race, but an exploration of self-discovery and growth. Taking this further, reflect on the role of social media in perpetuating comparisons. Curate your feed to reflect positivity and authenticity rather than unattainable ideals. Surrounding yourself with supportive and grounded individuals, both online and offline, helps reinforce a mindset of self-acceptance and gratitude. Lesson 6. Mindful use of social media. Buddhist insight: the mind is everything. What you think, you become. In the digital age, social media can either be a tool for connection or a source of distraction and negativity. Mindful engagement ensures that our online presence aligns with our values and contributes positively to our mental health. Begin by auditing your digital environment. Unfollow accounts that promote envy or dissatisfaction, and seek out content that inspires and uplifts. Set boundaries for screen time, ensuring that your digital interactions enhance rather than detract from real-life connections. Social media is a reflection of our inner state. Approach it with intention, using it as a platform for sharing positivity, learning, and meaningful interaction. By doing so, you transform a potential source of anxiety into a wellspring of inspiration. Extending this idea, consider creating a social media mission statement. Define the purpose of your online presence, whether it's to educate, connect, or inspire. Periodically revisit this statement to ensure your actions align with your intentions, fostering a healthier and more meaningful digital experience. Lesson 7. Releasing the pursuit of external validation. Buddhist insight: you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. The human need for external validation often leads us down a path of emotional dependency, where our sense of self-worth becomes fragile and conditional. Buddha's teachings remind us that true confidence and happiness must arise from within, cultivated through self-acceptance and inner reflection. When you depend on the approval of others, you risk anchoring your emotions to factors beyond your control. This instability can create feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. Conversely, focusing on inner validation allows you to build a foundation of unshakable self-esteem. Recognize your intrinsic worth by celebrating your strengths and embracing your imperfections. Understand that validation from others is fleeting, while the relationship you have with yourself is enduring. Cultivate this mindset by developing practices of gratitude and self-compassion. Begin each day with affirmations that acknowledge your value, independent of external opinions. Refrain from seeking validation through social media likes or public praise, and instead measure your growth against your personal goals and aspirations. Mindful detachment from external validation not only fosters emotional resilience, but also empowers you to navigate life with authenticity. By grounding your confidence internally, you create a life driven by self-respect and purpose rather than external applause. Lesson 8. Letting go of perfectionism. Buddhist insight: there is no perfection in this world, only striving for it. The relentless pursuit of perfection often results in stress, dissatisfaction, and missed opportunities for genuine connection. Perfectionism sets unattainable standards that leave little room for creativity, spontaneity, or self-compassion. By shifting our focus from perfection to progress, we allow ourselves to grow authentically and find joy in the journey. Perfectionism is often rooted in fear of failure, judgment, or inadequacy. Addressing these fears requires a mindset shift, embracing mistakes as valuable learning experiences rather than indicators of weakness. Recognize that imperfections are what make us human, fostering relatability and connection with others. Adopt a progress-oriented approach by setting realistic, incremental goals. Celebrate each small achievement as a step forward, acknowledging the effort and growth involved. Replace self-criticism with self-encouragement, reminding yourself that the path to mastery is paved with imperfection. Letting go of perfectionism also enhances our relationships. When we release unrealistic expectations of ourselves and others, we create space for empathy, forgiveness, and collaboration. Embracing imperfection is not about lowering standards, but about cultivating a balanced perspective that prioritizes well-being over unattainable ideals. Lesson 9. Releasing unrealistic expectations. Buddhist insight: the root of suffering is attachment. Attachment to unrealistic expectations is a common source of frustration and disappointment. Whether these expectations are directed at ourselves, others, or circumstances, they often lead to a rigid mindset that resists the natural flow of life. Buddha's teachings encourage us to let go of these attachments, fostering flexibility and acceptance. Unrealistic expectations are often born from a desire for control over outcomes, people, or events. This desire creates a cycle of anticipation and disappointment when reality falls short of our ideals. Instead of clinging to rigid expectations, practice mindfulness to stay present and appreciate life as it unfolds. By releasing unrealistic expectations, we open ourselves to the beauty of the present moment. Gratitude becomes a powerful tool in this process, helping us recognize the blessings and opportunities that already exist. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth further reinforces this mindset of acceptance and adaptability. Letting go of expectations does not mean abandoning ambition or goals. Instead, it involves approaching life with a sense of curiosity and openness, allowing for unexpected outcomes and growth. This perspective fosters resilience and reduces stress, enabling us to navigate life's complexities with grace. Lesson 10. Avoiding gossip. Buddhist insight: do not speak unless it improves on silence. Gossip, often dismissed as harmless chatter, can have far-reaching negative consequences. It undermines trust, spreads negativity, and creates a toxic environment in both personal and professional relationships. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of mindful communication, encouraging us to speak with intention, kindness, and authenticity. Mindful communication begins with self-awareness. Before speaking, pause to consider the impact of your words. Are they true, necessary, and beneficial? By aligning your speech with these principles, you contribute to a culture of respect and understanding. Refraining from gossip not only fosters healthier relationships, but also reflects a commitment to personal integrity. Silence, when chosen mindfully, can be a powerful alternative to words. It creates space for reflection and meaningful dialogue, elevating the quality of our interactions. The practice of avoiding gossip also extends to how we engage with information online. In the digital age, the rapid spread of rumors and misinformation can perpetuate harm. By choosing to share only verified, constructive content, we contribute to a more positive and informed digital landscape. Conclusion: crafting a mindful life. These lessons, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, invite us to release burdens and embrace a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Transformation begins with small, intentional steps. Reflect on one lesson each week, integrating it into your daily life. As you practice mindfulness and self-compassion, you'll create a harmonious existence aligned with your truest self. Each day offers an opportunity to refine these principles, moving closer to a state of balance and enlightenment. As you continue this journey, remember that the goal is not perfection but progress, and in every step, there is wisdom to be gained.